Hey golfers, Tony with Reactionary Golf. Been some great questions coming in, and I wanted to go ahead and answer one of them. Obviously, we've been talking a lot about the right arm and what the right side does. So obviously one of the questions is, well, what does the left side actually do in the golf swing for right-handed golfers? So I wanted to go ahead and clarify that the left arm does play a role in the golf. We need everything. We need right, left, upper, lower, all of our body in order to make it coordinated. And that's really the thing, was what's coordinating all these body segments. So what does the left arm do? I like to call it operates as the default fulcrum. So a lot is depending on what alignment do you have with your left-handed grip or your top-handed grip. And to me, the easiest way to check and find out what grip you should have is by actually working on letting the right hand set that club going back, and then we put the left hand on it from this position, and we kind of get this pretty flat. And then that sets that club perfectly in that position. So then now when I look at my grip, I can set it down to the ball, and now I know I'm good to go, because now when I take that club back, I'm in the right position. So that's all we have to do with the front hand, the top hand, left hand for right-handed golfers, is get that position. Now this is actually just going to operate by itself. Because it is the longest fulcrum point, we do have the greatest moment arm here. We don't have to worry about it. So it's one of those things, that's hence the reason why I call it a default fulcrum. It just works by itself once we set it. Now, if the grip gets too weak, okay, and then we go ahead and set this club back, we're actually going to feel a bow in that left wrist. So, which a lot of times people say, well, we want that bow. And the reason why Hogan talked about it is, what did he do? He had a weaker left hand, so when he got the club in that position, it was going to be bowed. That does put a lot of tension on that left hand, that left wrist. So it's one of those things, you can do it, but that does put a lot of stress on that joint, so just be careful with that. Now, what happens if the grip gets too strong or too much turned over? Well, it may make sense, because now, geez, it feels like this can work like my right arm. It actually can provide some horizontal hinging that way. The downside to that is, through impact, is we're actually going to have to really make sure we're really leaning that shaft forward there. The hands get forward. And honestly, there's been a lot of good players that have done that, but it puts the body into a different position. So from a back standpoint, it can put a lot of strain on the back, because in order to hit that ball square or straight, that face has to be in a certain position, perpendicular to my path. Okay, and then that kind of just gets that impact a little bit more like that. So it's not a bad thing, it's just understand what that grip alignment does and then how it affects the swing and what you have to do. So what's that checkpoint? Set up, take the club back with that right hand, let it set, get that left hand on there so it's relatively flat, and now you're in great position, and then bring it back down and you're good to go. So for me, my tendency is to get my left hand too weak, so actually this feels a touch stronger than what I normally have it. I know I need to get to that position. So that is the best way to get your default fulcrum working. So again, let the right arm drive it. You don't have to think about it. It operates on its own. Thanks for watching. Come and join us inside the Golf Lab. There's a lot more research in there. Thanks. Bye. If you're out in California, we already have our Be Better Golf School full, but we are going to do a special half-day program. Get a hold of Brendan over at Be Better Golf. I'm not even sure where it's at right now, but come and join us in our half-day school. And you know, it's a good way to meet myself, Jeff, Brendan, and we can actually share with you some of this research and some of this information going on. So hope to see you there. Thanks. Bye.